Ready? Yeah, after a result like that, the last two at home, what's the, I don't know, what is that, how do you guys approach that, and how do you approach, does it change anything with when you're going on the road, how you look at things?
No, I mean, we're trying to analyze some of the things that are going wrong and that need to do better, but I think our approach has always been to try to have a game plan and try to follow the game plan and have a good week of training and, treat every game with the utmost respect. Sometimes it turns out it's not that doing things deliberately when they don't work out and doing things deliberately when they work out. It's just we need to try to keep the intensity high here on the field. Like I said, maybe try a couple of new things positionally or tactically, and then see if those things how it happened or how it turns out against the opponent when they're faced with those other things. So we'll see. There's always has to be a basis for me, I think, of hard work and just trying to earn it every week, and I think it's been there, despite some positive results and sometimes some negative results.
So in terms of the efforts there and the mindset is there, it's just a matter of execution that's missing then?
Yeah, I mean, soccer is in that aspect a beautiful game because it's not just play A, and then if you can perform it, then that's it. You performed it well, end of story. Everything is fluid. Everything changes. The game has a mind of its own. There's a flow to it. There's pressure that mounts. There's disappointment that creeps in. There's positivity that needs to come from somewhere. I think those are the little things at times when we sense some frustration. Maybe we need to get better at getting out of those holes of frustration. But those are all things you can learn, and then hopefully when you get into that similar situation, you can apply that. But it's not as clear cut as follow path A, execute at path A, succeed during path A. Let's keep going path A. That's not how it works. That's why I think it's always important that throughout the year with the team you have to make many experiences and mostly bad experiences for you to learn from, so that when you have those again down the road, hopefully you find a solution at that point, and then you can apply those.
What do you feel is going to be key, like with all of that, what's going to be key against Vancouver?
I think we have to be very careful when we're attacking, when we have possession in their third. We have to be very careful with our possession when we have corners and set pieces. They're good on counters. They're very quick and efficient and very vertical. So they're good players, and I think they have a decent amount of guys that are good in the air. White is pretty good. Some guys who are not shy of walking a good amount of miles and putting in the effort. So we'll have to be careful with those things.
Steph, Vancouver's another team that hasn't won in a couple of games. When you're on this kind of run of against teams that are on a bad run and getting good results against you, does the messaging change at all from previous games against these types of teams?
No. You guys love the focus and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Every team can win against any team. That's just how it is. And I think any team that is not doing well will welcome playing against a team that's doing really well as potentially kickstarting their season, right? Yeah, we've been that team that's given teams a lifeline, if you will. That actually puts us in very difficult positions, right? Teams come to us and they're like, we got nothing to lose. Let's see if something happens. I mean, the pressure's all on us, right? It doesn't make it easy because we're not playing against a team that's 3 divisions below us. We're playing against a team that's more than capable, that has weapons, that is a good sign. They just haven't found results. And now they play liberated against us, and so it's difficult, right? Having said that, I'm happy in the position that we're in because it means we're at the top of the table. We need to find ways of, I think when teams bunker, put 5 in the back, we haven't been able to find solutions in those moments. We've struggled in the past years with that, so maybe that's something we need to kind of address and find a solution to. But so far, the hard work we've put in, we've put ourselves in a good position. I'm happy that we're there. We just gotta keep going.
So you don't feel it's a compliment at all? You feel that you're jump starting on
No, I think sometimes it sounds like we're gifting teams something, and we're not. We're not. Trust me. Kansas ended Ziggy's career, so with their coach on the hot seat, they coming in. I see the potential of, there's a little payback, and it hurts to see us now give them a lifeline. Portland, same thing, right? Austin, not so much. Austin's a good side. We don't really have anything personal going with them yet, so. But no, we're not gifting teams things. We're trying hard to get results every game. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
How much of that is circumstantial and understanding that cohesiveness that you usually have with certain guys, and when those elements are not there, just things are not sharp?
Yeah, I mean, you talked about players gelling with each other, and I think there's two types of gelling. It's one knowing kind of like, how what each other's tendencies are, and another one is just being able to lift each other up and getting certain responses out of players. Out of your teammates, how can you interact with them? That's kind of the one thing that I've been trying to. Saw that creeping against Houston, a somewhat of a frustrating game, and you see some frustration creep in on the field. It's they're really small little details. If you throw up your hands, do you give your teammate a clap, because you do that 30 times in a match, it has some kind of, it accumulates to something, right? Either it accumulates into some negativity, or it accumulates into something positive where you encourage someone to keep going. And I think that's something that, for me, I've seen, and I'm trying to help the team out as much as I can. Most of the time they can't. Last game they couldn't hear me, so I'm screaming for no reason in the back. But when things are not going your way, you try to find things that can help you make that go your way, right? That's the journey we're on right now. We've been trying really hard, but some things just haven't really clicked here and there, so we're making small adjustments. We're trying to find, as teams or as an individual, little things that we can do better here and there, things we can add, whether it's communication and positivity, like I mentioned, and hopefully we can find solutions to our problems.
It feels like you've gotten a lot more comfortable or better when you get the ball under pressure. Is that something you've kind of been working on? Do you feel like you're getting a lot better when the team is pressing and you get the ball and you got to try to find somebody open?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a fine line. I come from an old school kind of goalkeeping where it's when in doubt, kick it out. So that will always be, I think, the pillar of my decision making, because in the end, I'm the one that needs to pick the ball out of the back of the net and be held accountable if we make a mistake and gift the goal away. So, with that being said, I think I'm happy that in the last year or so, distribution-wise, out of the back, we've had some hiccups here and there, but not too many things that led to cheap goals. We've seen quite a few, I think, this season of giving away goals in the league, and so it's a fine line. And I think what's changing also is possession doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be an underground 5, 10, 15-yard ball. Possession can also mean precision and strike of 30, 40, 50 yards, right? It's all in the percentages. Sometimes when we know we have good numbers, even under a target, we don't even need to win the first one. We need to challenge the first one, and I know more than likely, percentage-wise, we'll win the second one. And those are all kind of decisions I think that we've gotten better at as a collective, and so that's good. But lots of room to improve for sure. Thanks, guys.